Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing a giant, though ironically not the larger of the two examples debuted by IWC at SIHH 2016. This is the IWC Big Pilot's Heritage 5103-01 Heritage 48 in titanium, and of 1,000 pieces in a limited series. You can see and you can purchase this watch on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this limited edition commemorative watch with additional commemorative accessories included, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this watch that you may purchase. Now, of course, the watch on my wrist is oversized. No bones about it. The look of the watch is instrument style, aviation, early 1940s, no holds barred for the sake of legibility in a combat environment. This is not a combat watch, but its historical prototype, the reference 341, also known as the BR, also known as the Type 52 TSC by its pocket watch movement, that watch looked like this watch. And while the 100-piece Heritage 55 that debuted alongside this watch is perhaps too large to wear even casually, this watch can be worn anywhere you would wear a 46mm Big Pilot thanks to titanium construction that makes its 48 wear smaller, eyes closed, than the 46 in steel. Now, the watch is 14.8mm thick with a little bit of a lip to the conical edge of the bezel, so it will slip underneath loose sweaters, jackets, sport jacket, blazer cuffs. It's not going to slip underneath any kind of dress cuff or, for instance, a tight French style cuff. But then again, I wouldn't want a war between the French and the Germans on my wrist. Keep them separate. This works well in short sleeves. I would say it works best in short sleeves. German aviator style from Schaffhausen, continuing in the media blasted profile of the watch. You can see across the wrist its largest dimension, 61.5mm. So no matter how big your wrist, I have to be honest, the look is going to be oversized. That said, if you can wear it on my 16cm wrist, you can wear it on a 15cm wrist. There's always going to be a lot of lug overlap. The key thing is it's secure, and at 120 grams, it's really no heavier than a Rolex Date just 36 on a bracelet, so it's not overbearing. It's actually quite comfortable and wieldy. Now, you'll also note that this 48mm 61.5 lug-to-lug watch has an incredibly substantial strap, to the point where I think with the stainless steel bead-blasted clasp, the strap might actually weigh more than the watch. Massive, with shear-cut sides, multiply folded, rivet assembly, an aviator-style simulated patina contrasting stitch on both sides, beautifully executed, meaty and historically accurate. Like I said, this is a steel clasp, but the bead-blasted finish, which is matte and anti-reflective, is identical to the titanium of the case, to the point that you would actually have to read the inscription on the interior of the swing arm to know that this is in any part stainless steel. It also gives you an extra measure of security when this large watch is donned or removed at bedside. Now, the lines are of the Big Pilot, although perhaps a little bit slimmer. The Big Pilots tend to be about 16mm thick, so this one actually rides lower on the wrist thanks to its manual winding caliper. You can see that it is broader than 48 across the wrist, about 5 extra millimeters of width thanks to this enormous, nearly 12mm knurled crown, which I should mention is a push-down, not a screw-down, though the watch retains the conventional Big Pilot's 60 meters of water resistance. The dial is maximized, pushed out to the outermost extremities of the case. It's instrument style, like something you would have seen on an aircraft flight deck in the early 1940s. It does have a little bit of a whimsical simulated patina. It is superluminova, so it glows like a torch in any light. But it also has that sort of ecru aged effect that's created as luminescent paint is aged by the underlying radium. This is seen on watches from the period to which this timepiece pays homage. The hands are beautifully blued, broadsword style, with plenty of luminova in their own right, and there's a discrete date window at 6 o'clock that I actually missed the first time I looked at the watch. I was so in awe of its scale, and it was such a jaw-dropper in terms of size, span, boldness, that I didn't see that date until I came back and looked at the watch and really started to consider my talking points for the video. So in terms of historical shall we say, authenticity? No, a date would not have come on the original, but you know what? The original wouldn't have been water resistant in any respect. It wouldn't have been built to a luxury standard. It wouldn't be considered a premium product. This is all of those things, plus it has the practicality of a very discreet date window, anchored at 6 o'clock where it belongs, where it preserves the cruciform symmetry of the timepiece. And you'll also note that thanks to the modern architecture of the movement, it also features hacking seconds, so you can pull the crown, stop the balance, synchronize to a reference time. Moreover, it does feature a quick set, so you can rapidly cycle that date to always keep it on point for daily affairs. Now, you can't see much of the caliber 59 215 manual wind 8-day movement, but you can see a power reserve scale with a golden wheel, a rhodium-plated brass bridge, and of course that blued indicator hand. 8 days of power reserve manually wound. Thanks to the manual wind caliber, this one is slimmer than a standard Big Pilot. It also features a modern beat rate, and at 4 Hertz, that's the only element of the watch that, along with the date, that is decidedly anti-retro. It's a modern IWC pocket watch-sized caliber in here, taking in the tradition of the Type 52 TSC pocket watch movement that powered the original. What it also has wrapped around the caliber and around the power reserve indicator is a soft iron inner cage to increase the watch's anti-magnetic properties. 30 joules, entirely in-house, very precise, and with a robust 8-day power reserve. This is the kind of watch that you can put in a rotation. Wear it on the weekends, wear it for special occasions, wear it when you want to have fun, and when you really need to strip down for formal occasions. That's the time you wear your Portuguese, or that's the time you wear your Portofino. This is an ideal addition to a collection of an accomplished IWC collector who has many references, or a sports watch purist who wants one definitive timepiece from each brand. You have your Speedmaster Professional, you have your Submariner. If you're going to go IWC and you're going to go just once, this is the one. You can see this Big Pilot Heritage 48 and buy it on our website.